What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? Phil Nagy on Sports joining you here for some more 2024 simulated NFL action. This week, there wasn't a great game of the week option other than teams we'd seen a bunch because those teams still have good records. So we just decided to pick a couple other teams that we haven't yet seen this season. So we have the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Jets. So both teams sort of meh in the mid of the rankings right now. I think we have 4 and 5 and 3 and 6 respectively, but Robert Saleh's team trying to fight their way again. We know Miami and Buffalo are both very good. There's Aaron Rodgers and Jonathan Gannon, season number 2 for him. Kyler Murray, of course, Marvin Harrison Jr. on that team as well. Garrett Wilson on the other side, so 2 of the best young receivers in the league, courtesy of your Ohio State Buckeyes. So we're going to go ahead and get this one going, and I'm excited to welcome back onto the microphone after his fishing trip away. And he's going to call this one for you actually this evening, so take it away, Kit. Have a good call.
Yeah, appreciate that. And the Jets are going to start this one out with the ball, and they're going to return that out to the 22-yard line, which is where Aaron Rodgers is going to take over here. Obviously, we're interested to see what he does in the upcoming season. If he manages to stay healthy with this roster, he's got a very, potentially very good team built around him, but they have to put it all together, and it's going to start with number 8 being injury-free. Aaron Rodgers takes the snap and hands it off right up the middle. And Hall has his first rush of the game, is going to go for about 6. Breece Hall, the ball carrier, brings up a 2nd and 4. Bo, I don't think he is as tall. No, they're not all super short. So he is one of the shorter players in the NFL. I don't think he's the shortest, but he is certainly one of the shortest. As that carry gets them within 3rd and inches now for the Jets. See what they do with this opportunity here. Snap is back out of the gun. He's got a quick over the middle and out, in and out of the hands of his tight end. That one, an ugly drop. Not what you want to have happen there. And Aaron Rodgers and company going to have to go off the field without any success. A 3 and out here. Oh, running into the punter, though. And that's going to give him an easy first down. Big mistake on special teams. And they're going to give him the full personal on roughing the kicker. Excuse me. And that is not what you want to see. Easy first down, giving the New York Jets new life, as Aaron Rodgers is going to come back out on the field after that. And that effectively wipes out that drop that we saw a minute ago. Handoff goes to Breece Hall. Gap off to the left side, up near past the 45 to the 44. Nice little run there. Gets him across midfield with some space. Yeah, oof indeed, Bo. That was not what you want to do. Giving up a 3 and out effectively. Breece Hall now gets the edge again up to the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds there at the 30-yard line. Nice running for him early in the going of this game. He is doing very well, finding some space on the perimeter this time. Nicely blocked up front for the Jets, too. So 1st and 10, I formation, fakes the handoff. Good time for play action. He gets it downfield, and it works nicely. Aaron Rodgers with his first completion of the ball game goes to Williams. And a nice strike for 16 yards here. Beautifully placed and a good timing for that play action, just working underneath the defense right there. Hey, Rick, welcome in. Glad to have you. Ace formation out of the gun set here. Rodgers fires left side. He's got it complete, but not for much there. Just a pickup of 1 yard as his receiver was working back to the line of scrimmage there. That was Lazard. 2nd and 9. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. Handoff goes to Breece Hall. He's got a little bit of a seam in there, and then he's going to be brought down after a 4-yard pickup. Third and 6. Now in the red zone here for the Jets. Firing to the end zone. Touchdown. What a strike that was. Aaron Rodgers finding some space out on the outside. And guess who? Garrett Wilson, the Ohio State product, with a beautiful route. And just on the backside, Aaron catches a glimpse of him cutting to that corner on that little flag route. Beautifully executed. Nice little route with some space out on the outside. And Aaron Rodgers dots him up there for the easy 6. And the Jets, by virtue of the big snafu on special teams by roughing the punter after a 3-and-out forced by the defense, the Jets go up 6 after a very nice sustained drive. They initially went 3-and-out, but that roughing call absolutely crushes them here with the giving up the touchdown to follow. That seemed to sink their hopes in the early goings of this one. And a little momentum going for the Jets after they picked up that first down they shouldn't have had. No, Wendell, Dave hasn't shown up just yet, so we haven't had any of the dad jokes just yet. All right, well, hopefully you'll get a clean viewing of it later then, Bo. Appreciate you hopping on, and hope you enjoy when you get to it. And as you hunker down for the storm. Sorry for the Wi-Fi not going well for you, though. That's never fun. All right, so nothing doing on first down for the Cardinals. Kyler Murray on second out of the gun. Goes to his right side. Got a man in some space. That his first completion out to the right side goes to Dortch. And a 12-yard pickup. Sauce Gardner right there on the tackle. Firing left side, he's got Dortch again in some space. Beautiful little route there from Dortch, creating for himself out on the perimeter, and Kyler Murray finds him with a very nice throw here, just over the shoulder. And a few extra yards to boot after the catch. Well, that's good. If you're able to hang in, great. If you're not, and watch it later and enjoy later. Well, handoff goes to Connor, picks up a yard. No, I haven't seen anything from Marvin Harris just yet. Now going, oh, that should have been picked. Looking for Dortch out there, but Sauce Gardner in the lane gets big and is able to knock that one away. Probably should have been picked, though. He had it dead to rights, just isn't able to come up with the interception. Now Kyler Murray surveying, not liking what he sees, tries to escape, and he's going to get sacked. Johnson gets in there with half a sack. And that is going to force the punt for the Cardinals as they make it only to midfield before they come up gimpy on offense. The punt goes out of bounds at the 22, and that's where the Jets will take over. No Marvin Harrison spottings just yet. Nice little spin move for Breece Hall, though. Makes another man miss. Nifty little running there. Only picks up 6, but does a lot. Yeoman's effort there to pick that all up. That was a nicely executed run from Breece Hall, getting shifty in the hole. Firing downfield, got a man in some space, and Wilson is able to catch that one for another first down. He has been active in this one now, 2 receptions for 28. And of course, he had the touchdown earlier in the last drive. Yes. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I like that too. Back to the college number is a good look for him. Firing over the middle, there he is. Speaking of the number 5, Garrett Wilson looking good in it. And 13 yards on that pickup. Crosses the road to get to the Shell station. Very nice. I like that one. And there's Garrett Wilson again, just getting dotted up all over the field. He is doing quite a bit of work here for this offense and just marching them down the field nearly by himself. Garrett Wilson having an excellent start to his game. Yes, 5 is much better than 17, agreed. It's Breece Hall working through some space, picks up just 1. Aaron Rodgers now to his right. And he's able to pick up a few yards there on a little swing pass to Breece Hall. Gets 5, brings up a 3rd and 3, much more manageable here. Rodgers firing over the middle, got a man in space, touchdown! Conklin able to get in for the touchdown. He had that earlier drop in this ball game, so he redeems himself in the eyes of number 8 with a beautiful catch over the middle this time and gets in for the score. Aaron Rodgers goes back to that well one more time. That's one thing that Aaron Rodgers is known for. If you show that you're going to drop the ball, he probably won't go back to you. So Conklin with a good opportunity here and makes good on it as Aaron Rodgers trusted him once more, even despite the drop that led to that 3rd and inches earlier in the game, although that drop was nullified, of course, by the roughing the kicker call just a play later. And of course they drove down and scored the touchdown, but you may have noticed no targets for Conklin the rest of that drive and this drive until that touchdown throw. So it certainly gives you an idea of how Aaron Rodgers operates. All right, see you later, Phil. Thanks for popping on for a moment. Oh, Bo. Yes, dark indeed. That is definitely dark. Funny, but dark. Connor picks up a first down there by virtue of the right side of the line. I mean, if he's healthy, Wendell, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, what are you gonna do? He's really good. You don't have to like him, but you can't say that he's not a great ball player, because he is that, like him or not. He has quite the personality to go with that ball player, but oh wow, somehow able to get that out to Dortch. I thought for sure he was going to get somebody was going to get a hand on that, but instead it does sneak its way out of the pocket here, who's buried in linemen and defensive linemen all around him, and somehow the ball does get out, gets to Dortch for a first down. So a good little drive here, going for the Cardinals now past midfield themselves in this 14-zip ball game. Out to his left side, got it complete. There's Marvin Harrison Jr. We had been waiting to call his number, so there you have it. His first touch comes in the waning moments of the first quarter here, Wendell. But Wendell, back to that question. I do think the Jets, I mean, they've got a stacked team. They can be very, very good. They're so good on defense. They've got all the weapons on offense. Really, the only thing they didn't have on offense was quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers is that. So really the question is going to be chemistry. Is there going to be the chemistry that they need to have as a team to go out and win games? Because we've seen it, we've seen it in Cleveland. You can put a ton of talent on a team, but if there's no chemistry with that talent, it doesn't amount to much of anything. It could well have been, Bo, because he is. I'm not sure how tall exactly he is, but let me see if I can look that up. He's 5'7". Yes, so very short. He probably was standing next to Dortch, because that actually would make Kyler Murray look not tall, but he's taller, but not by much. So a 3rd and 13 is going to wrap up our first quarter. There's a look at the stats. Actually, more encouraging for the Cardinals than the score might indicate at 14-0. This drive in particular has been better for them, as they seem to have got something going here. Yeah, right. Now scrambling out of the pocket. Murray not liking what he sees. He's going to take the sack. Able to get to the outside there. That's Johnson with his second of the ball game. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 18 and bring out the punt unit as they are just out of comfortable range here. So he's going to try to coffin corner this and not do a great job. It's going to end up out of bounds at the 20, same as if it had gone into the end zone. So, nothing doing on their most promising drive, so the Jets are going to have an opportunity to extend their lead here as they take over with their first drive of the second quarter. And Breece Hall carries the ball for just a pickup of 2 on that first play of this drive. Rodgers hands it off. There's Breece Hall again, and they've been dedicated to that run game. 9 rushes already, 47 yards for Breece Hall. He has had some production, and that has helped open up some space in the secondary for this receiving core to find some passes from Aaron Rodgers. Speaking of which, there it is, and that's the man who's been doing most of the damage. Garrett Wilson with yet another catch and yet another first down. And Aaron Rodgers doing good work here. He is now 9 of 10 in the ball game, most of them going to Garrett Wilson. Five of them, actually, going to Garrett Wilson. Thought there was maybe one more than that, but turns out it was 5. Rodgers has the 2 touchdowns. Williams has 2 of those receptions. Now 10 of 11 for Rodgers. Yeah, Garrett sure is a beast. He's been very good in this game so far, already with those 5 catches. Looking just ever so good in his route running ability and his ability to snag the ball out of the air. Another nice run for Breece Hall. He's been very productive as well, as he has created some space for himself with nice vision and good moves in the hole. And nice blocking up front. You have to credit the O-line as well for the Jets. Definitely showed up to play. Rodgers, back to pass. Not liking what he sees. Now he does. Fires downfield and underthrown. Trying to get it to Lazard, but underthrew it. Lazard couldn't high point it over the defender. So it winds up incomplete with a 3rd and 6. Rodgers fires over the middle. Got it complete again. And that is going to be good for a first down, as Gibson comes away with that one. His first. From under center. Pressure coming. He's going to take the sack out on the outside. Wilson gets home. As Mac Wilson, former Brown, was lined up out on the perimeter there, and he came right away off the edge. Nobody blocks him, and Aaron Rodgers can't get away. Actually, we did a couple times, Bo. He had an opportunity for a pick. It was his biggest highlight in this one that I guess he ended up as a nice PBU, but it probably should have been a pick where he just sat underneath the lane, spotted the ball hawked it, but couldn't quite come away with the pick. But it was a very nice play from Sauce earlier in this game. Pressure coming, and Aaron Rodgers is going to go down again. Nichols gets in there for half of that sack, and now a 4th down coming, as Arizona is going to have to the Jets are going to have to settle for the long field goal here. Call this one 50 yards. Sauce Gardner. He's talking about Sauce Gardner, who is a corner for the Jets. He's number 1, I believe, for the Jets. He is their shutdown corner, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. who plays for the Jets. But we have seen him. Yeah, no worries, Bo. We have seen him in this game a time or two. I've mentioned him in a few spots, but he hasn't been overly. There he was at the bottom of your screen right there, Sauce Gardner. But he hasn't been super active. We haven't seen any big plays out of him. But he is that X factor down at the bottom of the screen as the shutdown corner. As a completion goes to Dortch, all 5-7 of them. That's his fifth. He's been very active on the opposite side for these Cardinals. Early start there for the Cardinals. Backs him up 1st and 15. Murray under center. Fakes the handoff. And then just decides to run with it himself, but he's going to end up with a sack, going credit to Reddick. A loss of 3 on that play. Probably shouldn't have been credited as a sack. He did elect to run the ball. So not sure why they credited that as a sack, but I'm not sure what did the horse say after it tripped. Murray back to pass, 4-man rush, and he's going to take the outside pressure from Reddick there. Really, that was on Kyler Murray. He ran himself into the rush lane and allowed Reddick to finish that one. Not an ideal spot, and that is going to lead to a punt. Hey, Dwayne, welcome in. Go Browns. I've fallen and I can't giddy up. Oh, no. That is terrible and funny. Yeah, he sure did, Wendell. He absolutely created that sack himself. Did Kyler Murray. He ran into the rush line. You can't go outside of a guy that's getting beat. I mean, you gotta help your tackle out, cut up inside of it. This looks like Conklin is a little shaken up on that one. 2nd and 5. Rodgers firing left side. He's got it complete. Guess who? Garrett Wilson. Yes, appreciate it though, Rick. Definitely appreciate you picking up the slack for David there. David and John are our two jokesters that are always telling good dad jokes in the channel here. So appreciate you filling in for them while neither of them appear to be here on this particular broadcast, or at least not yet. They might be here later. We'll see. But I do appreciate you picking up the slack, because we do enjoy the jokes here on the channel. 3rd and 10 now for the Jets. From the 39, Aaron Rodgers firing over the middle. And another drop for Conklin. And that might be the last target for Conklin. That one results in a 4th down. Conklin is going to argue that the defender had better position, but Aaron Rodgers is not going to like that. You got to come away with those catches when you have the opportunity. And Aaron is the type that if he doesn't trust you, he's not going to you. That's for sure. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? Oh, of course, because the P is silent. Great. Oh, that one's good. I like that one. That's okay, Bo. We appreciate you keeping the jokes clean. If you don't have any clean jokes to contribute, we don't expect jokes, so it's okay. But we do appreciate the moderation there at the same time, so thank you for that. 3rd and 1 now for the Cardinals, and just a dangerous throw. Kind of put it on the defender's side away from the leverage. I think he was trying to shoot the gap, but it got away from him a bit there, and that's going to result in a punt here. He was looking for Marvin Harrison, but couldn't connect, and so a punt is the result. Yes, absolutely, Bo. We do try to keep this family friendly. We appreciate everybody supporting us in that decision, as this is meant for a wide and general audience. Anyone that happens to like sports, adults and kids as well. So anyone that's a fan of the NFL is welcome here. So we very much appreciate you helping us with keeping this a family-friendly environment. You want it to be a Godzilla-friendly channel? Oh, man. Well, I'm sure there are Godzilla-friendly channels out there. I don't know that this is necessarily a Godzilla-friendly channel. I don't know that we talk a lot about Godzilla here, but we certainly do want to be family-friendly, if nothing else. But Wendell, for you, we might make an exception and have a Godzilla day or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. As that one somehow caught by Lazard coming back to the ball. I thought for a minute it might be a pick, but Lazard snatches it away for his second catch. 2nd and 6. Out of the gun for Rodgers. Blitz off the left side, but he senses it and throws it complete. Excuse me. And that's Gibson. That was his second reception of the ball game. Rodgers now working up in the pocket, now firing down to the end zone. Can't quite connect with Garrett Wilson. If he had just another touch, just a little bit more oomph on that one, he would have had a touchdown because Wilson had the step. Rodgers out to the outside. He's got it complete there. That is Williams with the reception. That'll bring up a 3rd and 2 and take us to... Actually, that's the end of the second... Oh, wait, no. That's... I thought for a second it made it look like that was the end of the half. I was like, wait a second. We have 50 seconds left in the half here. As he's got it complete with Lazard. Jets trying to get some points here before their time runs out. They've got one timeout left. They just took one. 45 ticks left to score before the half ends. Pressure coming, and that's not what he wants. That's going to be a 2nd and goal after Zaven Collins gets in there for a big old sack. And that's a big time to come away with that pressure. And that's probably going to force them to use their last timeout and possibly kick the field goal. They are going to let the clock run. Interesting choice here. They do have the one timeout left. 13 ticks left. They're going to try for the end zone at least. A little dump off goes to Breece Hall. That will force them to burn their last timeout. They do so. 4 ticks left. And they're just going to settle for 3 to end the half here. So Zerline's going to come out and attempt a 34-yarder. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Jets, going into halftime, are going to have a 20-0 lead, which the Cardinals are going to have to try to find a way to contend with in the second half, as they have been spotty at best on offense. And the defense has given up some pretty consistent play from these Jets. There has been quite a bit of offensive production for the Jets. There's a look at it right there, especially the big difference being in the rushing yards, 88-11 favoring the Jets. That has been a big difference in this game, as that has opened up the and then also, what did Godzilla say when he stepped on a Lego? I would need to know both of these. And there you go, Wendell. Here's your Godzilla-friendly joke to go on a Godzilla-friendly channel, I suppose. As the halftime rolls along here. Cows wear bells because their horns don't work. It's good. And then nothing the human he squished hurt more. That would be true too. And both of those are good. So thank you for those. Trips formation now. Cardinals with the first touch in the second half. Trip to his left. Kyler Murray firing downfield. Got a man in some space. He's got room to run to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and that's where they're going to bring him down in the 7-yard line. Kyler Murray found a wide open receiver out on his left side here in some space and does some damage with the feet. See him streaking there out to the outside. He's already to the 40 there. And I wish I knew who number 14 for the Cardinals was. I don't particularly have that name in my bag of tricks here. I do apologize for that. It just flashed and I missed it too. But that's Marvin Harrison on that reception. And brings up second and goal. Best opportunity now for these Cardinals after the big strike. And I still need to look up to see who number 14 for the Cardinals is. Kyler Murray just takes himself, but he runs the wrong way back into the defense. He had the absolute opportunity to score the touchdown there, but a poor choice. If he runs to the sideline, that's a touchdown. Look at this. They're all suckered in. Maybe the linebacker had a chance to keep up with him, but I'd have to think Kyler Murray's getting in if he didn't make that choice, but they're going to go for this. I like this call here on 4th and goal from the 2. Kyler Murray out of the gun, searching the end zone, doesn't see what he likes. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get sacked. Woof. Opportunity lost for these Cardinals, and the defense stands in a big way, and Kyler Murray really responsible for both. First time he runs it, he comes back into the defense inadvisably. The second time, he just can't get away. After I think he gave up on the pass too quickly, and really nothing doing, sadly, for the Cardinals. That's fair, Bo. Clean joke's not your thing. It's alright. We appreciate it anyway. It's perfectly fine. You're trying, and it is appreciated. It's Michael Wilson. That's who I did not know the name of. Michael Wilson is the receiver who got all those yardage. The Cardinals could not make, all that yardage anyway, could not make good on after he had an explosive play for the Cardinals. And sadly, Kyler Murray kind of just threw it away there at the end as he was not able to do anything with it. And still a 20-0 ball game with Aaron Rodgers at the helm now. Breece Hall with the handoff. He has got some space and fights through a tackle for 5 yards. Buda Baker getting in on that tackle. And Michael Wilson, 2-year player, 6'2", 213, out of Stanford, for those that are curious. Great play from him, certainly, and kind of sad to see it wasted after he had an absolute beautifully executed in space and then run after catch. It was just really nice all around. Interestingly, Aaron Rodgers does go back to Conklin. I'm not sure the real Aaron Rodgers would do that, as I'm pretty sure at this point with 2 drops on his resume in the game that Aaron Rodgers probably is not going back to that well, but in this case he does. And meanwhile, Breece Hall with a very nice run out to his left. That's 15 carries for him, as he has been very productive in this game, and that has really opened up this Jets offense quite a bit. And Rodgers fires and unable to get it to his man out there who's looking for Williams but couldn't connect. 2nd and 10. Now alone and unafraid, Rodgers fires to his right side and looking for Lazard, but Lazard doesn't help him out, doesn't come back to the ball, and Rodgers a bit late on the throw results in a PBU. 3rd and 10. Rodgers now scrambling out of the pocket, now firing to his outlet, Breece Hall, and Breece drops it. 4th and 10, the result, and the defense is going to hold there, forcing a long field goal. It's a 56-yarder, and it's no good. He pushed it left. Just wide to the left there for Zerline. So the score remains 20-0. The Cardinals with an opportunity to try to do something, get themselves on the board here, as they should have done something on their first drive earlier in this half. Firing over the middle and just overthrown. Who was looking for Wilson again. Wilson did have some space. It could have been completed, I think, but a little off target was Kyler Murray. Yes, I agree, Wendell. That probably would have been a make for the Browns. And Destin Hopkins. Connor with the carry. He picks up 5 yards. 3rd and 5 now for the Cardinals. Tight bunch formation to his left. Kyler Murray out of the gun. Has the snap. Pressure coming. Fires out left side. Incomplete. Knocked away. And that's going to be a 4th and down. And this defense holds again, as the Cardinals have really struggled on offense outside of that one excellent drive, mostly at the explosive play of Michael Wilson. Rodgers fires out right. Incomplete. Lazard unable to come away with that catch. 2nd and 10. Yeah, it feels kind of over right now, Bo. The Cardinals really need a spark. They have been very flat in this game. It's been all Jets, and the scoreline shows that. As that one is the spark potentially they needed. Speaking of it, a pick over the middle is huge, as Barnes comes away with that one, putting this offense right back in the red zone and an opportunity to get on the board for the first time in the game. Chris Barnes pays off what we had been waiting for. What a play, too. It was a little underthrown for Breece Hall, and just sitting underneath it, the defender able to just come in with his hands in a nice point and take that away for setting up a 1st and goal from the 6. Love seeing that. And off goes the Connor, and they get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. And finally making good on an opportunity are the Cardinals. They had had other opportunities they just couldn't get to go, particularly that Michael Wilson explosive earlier in the game. But this time they do make good. One play to capitalize, and finally some complimentary football with a big pick and an immediate touchdown. That's the confidence surge they desperately needed. And let's see what they do with it from here, as this game had been all Jets previous to that sequence of events. That's right, just as soon as you say something, Bo. Hey, appreciate that, Dwayne. Dwayne says, please hit the like button Yes, we'd very much appreciate if you would do that. That helps us get views. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, we'd very much appreciate those subscriptions as well, as that is a big part of helping support our channel. And if you'd like to take that fandom of the channel to the next level, we do have a Discord where you can get announcements for when the game is, when to expect us to go live on the channel. You can also vote on polls. You can also chat all things NFL, all things Browns in between the games, amongst other things available on the Discord. We'd love to have you there, and the link to join us is in the description of this or any of our videos. Yes, you seem to you know, we make a joke on this channel frequently, Bo, that Madden seems to be hearing. So as soon as you say something, it's gonna know. Now this is a pre-recorded game because anytime it's just me on the game, well, actually not anytime. Sometimes Phil is actually actively. I'm calling the game as it's actively happening in Ohio on Phil's PlayStation. This time, however, it's a pre-recorded, I haven't watched it, but it's a pre-recorded video that I just watch live for the first time with all of you, and I call what I see. So, in this case, Madden wasn't really listening, but your timing was interesting, because it did feel like Madden had been listening. It was like, you know what really needs to happen right now? As Bo just said that they hadn't done anything and the game is over, we need a pick and a touchdown quickly for the Cardinals. And let's see what they do with it in this drive. This drive is going to be pretty telling, as they're already past midfield here. That's important. And if they can get something done and get on the scoreboard again to make this a one-touchdown game, that's a big swing of events. So let's see what happens here. That's right. Madden has the time machine, and it knows. I like it. It's funny. Kyler Murray fires absolute bullet to the right side, caught somehow by Dortch. And Greg Dortch with his 7th reception of the ball game. He has been very good. And this one, an absolute fireball from Kyler Murray, but he's able to handle it and get a first down, so the good drive continues. Now quad receivers out to his left. Kyler Murray alone in the backfield, fires out to the left side. He's got Dortch, complete, another first down, and the good drive continues here as they look like a whole different offense suddenly. A little juice, that little spark, and they seem to have something here, as this a so important red zone appearance. They must get this into the end zone. Kyler Murray complete to McBride for 7. That's his 5th reception. Kyler fires out to the right side. He's got it complete to Wilson. Michael Wilson gets them a first down, where it'll be first down and goal from the 4-yard line. Kyler Murray hands it off to Connor. He has the touchdown. He's going to get in there. Kyler Murray to Connor. The handoff works again, as this one he just finds a way through the hole, does the dirty work to get through all those bodies into the end zone. Connor had the earlier rushing touchdown, and he now has his 2nd. And look out. Say no more. Madden has heard us, as suddenly this feels like a very different ball game with the Cardinals having the momentum for the first time on their side, and they close this one to within 6 points, as it felt like a runaway game a moment ago, and suddenly a very different complexion to this ball game. Hey, Fellergren, welcome in. Go Browns. Kyler Murray heard the Godzilla chokes, and now he's playing good. That's funny. Uh-oh, look out! Nice return there! I thought for a moment he was going to go the distance. Somehow, somebody got a finger out there to bring him down. But a very, very nice return gives the Jets the ball out at the 41. And this game suddenly got interesting, as Aaron Rodgers changed the formations, trips out to his right side, alone in the backfield, fires this one out of bounds to live to play another down. 2nd and 10. It sure did, Dwayne. I thought for a minute it was going to be a touchdown. I really did. I thought he had it. As this one almost looked like it was going to bust for a huge run. Breece Hall finds the seam. Safety does clean it up, but it looked like Breece Hall might have the angle to get away, but Budda Baker sitting there able to take away the truly big gainer, but a nice first down nonetheless. There's another Breece Hall carry. Goes for about 8. Hey, appreciate that, fella. Granted, it is so good to be back, although I did enjoy my time up in Canada, away from it all, off the grid. Got 8 days on the water fishing, and it was magical. I really enjoyed it. Caught some big fish. Had a good time. But very much good to be back. Good to be back on a call. Missed all of you, and very much looking forward to doing more Browns games with Phil in the near future, as that is our bread and butter, and we very much enjoy doing that and bringing it to all of you. I don't know, it just out of nowhere suddenly became an interesting game as a big hit laid down on Garrett Wilson. He's not able to handle that one, and that's going to end the quarter. So suddenly a very interesting ball game to come into the fourth quarter, as the Jets seem to be threatening here with a 3rd and 2 on the 20-yard line, but the Cardinals have a lot of juice going their way too, so we'll see what happens here. Heavy set to his right. He's going to hand it off. Breece Hall has been very good, but this time he can't get away, and that's going to bring up a 4th down, and this crowd loves it. They are going wild here as a big stop from Mack Wilson. Look at him just shimmy, deciding, is he going A-gap, is he going B-gap? He can't decide, and then as soon as Breece Hall picked a hole, Mack Wilson filled it. Nicely done, and they're going to go for it on 4th. Big down here. He gets it complete over the middle, and some space to run. On top of it, he's going to get into the end zone somehow. I thought for a moment he should have gone down, but Mike Williams is able to get in there out of nowhere. It was one of those, should have been tackled about 3 times out of the end zone, but instead he was screened from the tackler. And a beautiful little execution, second effort from Williams here to get himself in there. See him breaking one, and then screen from the second, and gets into the end zone, and the Jets, just like that, pour a little bit of water on this explosive play from the Cardinals. So an interesting turn of events here, and they're going to go for 2. Aaron Rodgers hands off to Breece Hall. He's got the space, and the 2-point conversion is complete. 28-14, the score line now, with a 2-touchdown lead reestablished for the Jets. But look out for these Cardinals. They've been hot too, so it'll be an interesting drive here to see what happens. Yeah, holy cow indeed. Suddenly got a lot more fun this game. I'm going to take a knee in the end zone there. And they'll have the ball at the 25 for Kyler Murray. Yeah, Cards got to step up big. They got to step up big now. You're right. Absolutely, Bo. Handoff goes to Connor. Connor tries to dance his way out of a tackle. He's unable to do so. He's going to end up with just 1 yard and an injury timeout for McDonald. That's a tough loss. He is at the sideline, though. So that certainly is better than it could have been, not having to end his game necessarily. 2nd and 9 now for the Cards. Murray firing out of bounds. I'm not sure if he was trying to throw that away, but there was a receiver there. But it is 3rd and 9 either way. Changes the formation. Brings Connor back into the backfield, trips to his right. Kyler Murray firing downfield, got a wide open streaky McBride with the ball to the 20, to the 10, and look out, folks, this game is very interesting as McBride found some space in the middle of that defense, and Kyler Murray put it right on him, and then he rumbled for a bunch more after it. He catches it right there on the 50. He goes all the way down to the 10 with the ball. Gets tackled at the 9 is where they're going to mark him down. Huge play there for McBride. First and goal. Cardinals have to punch this in. Kyler Murray gets it complete outside. That is to Marvin Harrison Jr. Not a lot of yardage on that one, just a pickup of 1. Second and goal from the 8. Murray out of the gun. Connor on his left hip. He hands it off to Connor, and that just a poor block up front leads to a TFL as Quinnen Williams just shut that play right down. Nothing that Connor could do there, and that's going to back them up to the 11, where it'll be third and goal from the 11 now. Yes, very much like watching tennis right now, as Kyler Murray's going to take off with it himself, and he's going to end up getting tackled at the 6. So an interesting choice here. Down 2 touchdowns, 12:15 left in the game. They've got a 4th and goal from the 6, and they've got to decide whether they're going to go for it here or take the field goal. I probably would go for this. You want to score that touchdown and put yourself within 1, but instead they're going to take the field goal to try to make it a 10-point game. And, I don't know that I love that as for, it kind of comes out in the wash at that point with a field goal, because either way it's a 2-score game. Probably better off trying for that touchdown because you're a 2-score game if you don't get the touchdown, and you're a 2-score game if you get the field goal. So either way, it's effectively the same. Not a lot of difference. The real difference is just that your 2 scores could be the difference between you winning and tying. But, I feel like going there is probably a better choice, especially if you get that touchdown, putting you within 1, that momentum that you build there, not letting the momentum die. So now you're asking a lot of this defense. You have to have a quick shutdown. You really want a 3-and-out here. A 7-yard pickup. Certainly not what they were looking for, though. 2nd and 3. Yeah, I agree, Dwayne. Or excuse me, Fellegren. A field goal does feel like admitting defeat. They really needed to go for that touchdown, in my opinion. So 3rd and 4, big 3rd down here. Defense brings the house. They're going to fire over the middle, and Aaron Rodgers does what Aaron Rodgers does. Gets it complete over the middle, senses the blitz, gets it to Lazard, and a 1st down for the Jets. Rodgers from under center, now firing left side. He's got it complete. And that's Ruckert, former Buckeye, with the reception. Is for a 1st down. Aaron Rodgers complete to the right side now, goes back to Conklin. Interesting to see Conklin get called up as many times as he has with as many drops as he has. He now has 5 receptions in spite of his 2 drops. Now complete out to Garrett Wilson, who just snatches that ball out of the air. That boy has been very good. Rodgers out of the ace. Now scrambling a bit, now firing downfield. Got a man in space. That's Conklin. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. And a big chunk here. And a touchdown might well do it in this game. Especially after they decided not to go for the touchdown. Instead settled for a field goal on the last drive, did the Cardinals. So if the Jets score a touchdown here, that might well put it out of reach with under 8 minutes to play in this game. Rodgers. Pressure coming. And not going to be able to avoid that sack. That's Jones who gets in there, sacking Aaron Rodgers. From under center, power eye to his right. Rodgers firing over the middle, got a complete touchdown! Right through the defenders. Mike Williams with his 2nd. Plays a little bit of pinball there between defenders. splits the two of them into the end zone. And just like that, the Jets feel like they've wrapped this ball game up. That might be more than these Cardinals are able to overcome, as they got sporty later into the game, showed a little fight. That big turnover in the red zone gave them the opportunity with the one-play touchdown to Connor the very next play. Gave them a huge breath of life, but suddenly 35-17 the scoreline, settling for a field goal, felt like admitting defeat, and then giving up a touchdown afterwards certainly feels like defeat. And these Jets mean business. Look like they're going to take the Cardinals out to the woodshed at the end of this one, as that might well have done it. Yep, very much agree with both of you there. This probably is all she wrote. Now, of course, they could have explosives here, but not if you're going to set up a screen in Madden. The old screen sack comes out. Quinton Williams there to take advantage of it. Screen's one of the worst plays in Madden, sadly, as that more often than not tends to be the result. So you're not going to get your chunks by screens. You got to be a little more creative than that. You need to scheme up some plays, find some guys in some space, and you need chunks, and you need them now. You got to score. There's a big shot there from Sauce Gardner. Yikes. Absolutely plastered his man. No, it certainly did not, Bo. Murray now going to take a big sack. That's Reddick's 3rd and a half sack. No, not like that either. A big punt forced by this defense, and they can smell the blood in the water. This game feels over. The defense knows that all that momentum is heavily favoring the New York Jets again. And here comes Aaron Rodgers to salt away the rest of the clock with 5:59 left here to salt away. Handoff goes to Breece Hall. That one does go backwards, but the clock continues to run. Yeah, he absolutely did get depleted. You're right, Dwayne. That was a huge hit. Fakes the handoff. Now firing to his left out of bounds. 3rd and 12. Not sure I like that play action there. Probably need to be keeping the clock going here. Not sure why you're throwing an incompletion and stopping the clock, giving a free timeout. That's not what you're looking for. Well, Cardinals defense steps up there. Does force a sack and forcing a punt as well. Yeah, Cardinals needed a miracle, and the miracle said no. They have not done what they needed to. Really, they needed to go for the touchdown. They needed that touchdown, and then they needed the defense to stand and get back on the scoreboard again with another positive drive. But they kind of let it slip away from them, and it really started with the decision not to kick the field goal rather than try to punch it in. From the 6. That to me was a self-momentum killer is what that is. It's a poor choice. Kyler Murray escapes some pressure there and is able to get out of the pocket. Pick up 8. Kyler Murray fires left side. Marvin Harrison with the reception. Going to get sacked. Big hit out there. All right, Dwayne. We'll catch you next time. Appreciate you being on, and appreciate all of that. But enjoy your night. And yes, this one does feel very much over, so I can't blame you for peacing out at this point. We'll see you next time. 3rd and 20. Murray scrambles, fires, downfield flag coming. He's got it complete to Marvin Harrison, but let's check that flag. That might be a hold. Or roughing the passer. It's going to stand. Late hit on Kyler Murray, and they're going to have that first down after the reception to Marvin Harrison, which is better than the 15 yards they would have gotten out of the roughing the passer. Kyler Murray keeps the option. This probably is a hold, so I'm assuming this run's going to come back. All right, Bo. We'll see you next time. Go Browns. Thanks for joining. Murray with the snap, fires left side. That should have been a pick six. My goodness. That had every opportunity to go the other way for a touchdown. But dropped instead. Kyler Murray runs into another sack again. That's the danger with the scrambling quarterback, is sometimes they put themselves into rush lanes like what just happened right there. Kyler Murray completes out to his left. That's Chris Moore. But that is going to be a turnover on downs, as that was not enough yardage, and that had been fourth down. So the Jets just have to finish salting off time, ideally not throwing the ball this time. No more play action, please. Let's go with the run the ball and take us to the promised land here with 2:30 left in this ball game. There's a run as requested. Doesn't get any yardage, but that's okay. The clock continues to tick away. Take us down to the 2-minute warning. Thankfully. Second and 10, the handoff goes to Breece Hall. He's not going to find any space there either, but he still had a very good game regardless. And this does continue to tick away some time off that clock, which we were asking for, of course. 3rd and 11 now. Pressure coming. Get it complete over the middle. He's got Conklin. It's going to be just short of the line to gain. And have to imagine they'll let their clock run all the way down and then punt, which is what they will do. Morstead's punt goes out to the 34-yard line, 36-yard line, and it's returned to, wait a second, the 24-yard line. I can math. Gets it out to the 30. Woo! That was quite the diving PBU there. Nice defense there for the Jets. 2nd and 10. Really laid out for that one. Kyler Murray. Ooh! Speaking of laying out, now he's laying out receivers. He just laid an absolute wicked hit on McBride. And not even a receiver. That's a tight end. This is Marvin Harrison. Just can't come away with it. Again, excellent coverage out there. Number 23. Who has been the one on the last 3 calls. Sadly, I don't know who number 23 is for this Jets defense, but he's been very good in the last 3 plays. 3rd and 10. Kyler Murray walks himself into yet another sack. And sadly, they take a timeout for unknown reasons, as they can't possibly win at this point. Kyler Murray does, however, try to make it less and misses, stopping the clock. But it is a turnover on downs, and the Jets will come out, thankfully, in the victory formation and joyously, now we'll have the opportunity to let Phil take us away with the stats for the rest of this, as the game is finally over at 35-17. Jets come away with a big win. And although the Cardinals were at times resurgent, especially in that second half coming into the fourth quarter where they made it an interesting game, they let it slip away from them by not going for that touchdown on the 4th and 6. But Phil will be giving us the rest of the details here as he takes us through the stats on this one in just a moment.
So 35-17 is the final score. Let's look at some quick statistics. Thanks for calling that one, Kit. Kyler today, 24 of 38, 369, but no touchdowns, no interceptions. 8 for 21 for James Conner. Kyler 5 for 18. DJ Dallas just 1 for 1. 8 for 111 for Greg Dortch. Trey McBride 7 for 110. 5 for 66 for the rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. 2 for 73 for Michael Wilson, including the 69-yarder, but again, no things ending up in the end zone. 12 for Mac Wilson Sr., the former Brown. Buda Baker with 10, 9 for Jalen Thompson, 8 for Chris Barnes. 1.5 sacks for Bilal Nichols. Justin Jones 1, Zaven Collins 1, Mac Wilson 1.5 for Cottrell Clark. The pick was by Chris Barnes, the linebacker in this one. For the Jets, victorious in this performance, Aaron Rodgers, 33 of 48, 347, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. How about Breece Hall, 23 for $149 in this one here today. 8 for 99 for Garrett Wilson, touchdown for him. Mike Williams, 8 for 86 and 2 touchdowns. Tyler Conklin, 6 for 70 and a touchdown. Lazard with 4, 3 for Gibson, 3 for Hall, and Jeremy Ruckert with 1 as well. Sauce Gardner, leading tackler with 8, 6 for Quincy Williams. JJ2 rather, Ashton Davis as well. How about 4.5 sacks for Hassan Reddick, 4 for Jermaine Johnson, 1 for McDonald, 1 for Kinlaw, 1 for Q-Ball, Quinnen Williams. So that is the statistics for this one. Kit's going to wrap it up for you guys. Have a great day. Go Browns.
Yeah, appreciate everybody being on. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, Phil, for that. And we'll get out of here by saying go Jets. And as always, go Browns!